coming right up. The Clippers taking on the Thunder. For the Los Angeles Clippers, a mixed bag for this team to start the season. But one run can catapult them to where they want to be. Will that change happen tonight? We'll find out shortly. Thunder, Clippers. Tip-off coming right up.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, coming right up. The Oklahoma City Thunder against the Clippers in Los Angeles. For Los Angeles, 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total. And the trend continues, Shaq. Some first-round rookies being asked to play big roles early on.
You know, player development has changed quite a bit. You know, the organization and fans, we want immediate returns now.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on these players, Ernie, when they're coming into the league. Some rise to the occasion, but others fold under the weight of their expectations.
That'll do it for us for now. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. And here's a look at some numbers for Leonard.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Gallinot. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Ferguson in at the small forward. And for the Clippers, they've got Paul George. Ivica Zubac is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Beverly in at the point guard. Smitty, when a team underperforms early in the season, fans tend to go crazy. I mean, they just can't figure out why this is happening. But what are the players saying to each other on the bench, when they're traveling, in the locker room?
You know, I think when you're having great communication, Kevin, with guys amongst each other, you're trying to get through it, you're working through it. Whether you get through it or not is fine. I think there's a sign that things are going wrong. Kevin, you hear about these player-only meetings. When you start having 2 or 3 of those, that's when the ship is starting to go south.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Lock at 6, and Zeus with the block.
Game, but also an awareness. Just takes what the defense allows.
Bounce pass from Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot by Paul. No, it brings it up Los Angeles.
To move to the rack, and it's the help.
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
And that one, good.
With the basketball, is more patient than Paul. Waits for his man to break free.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, a bit ago, Billy Donovan and I were able to talk. Asked him regarding Kawhi Leonard, he shook his head, saying, "It's amazing how he's grown from college to now. One of the game's most complete offensive weapons." And Kevin, the claw is a real tough task.
Thank you, David. Now, here's Adams. Paul George unable to get his shot to go.
Mid-range are really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
Now, here's Paul. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia.
And it wasn't just the points. So he brought energy, and he brought it on the glass.
Now, here's George, following the shot by Chris Paul. There's the 3. The shot, George, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Poked away, stolen by Beverly. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
first one falls for him.
Patrick Patterson with his great shooting stroke, always looking comfortable at the free throw line.
And Patterson drops them both.
A big key to the Clippers' recent surge, the development of Montrezl Harrell. His activity and his ability to score have been infectious for this team, and he also can be very intimidating.
Count that one.
Smooth, patient. Chris does a good job of working over that in-between area.
By Oklahoma. And the Clippers getting Harrell turned out to be a decent trade for both teams.
You're totally right. The Rockets already had Capella. Harrell was sort of a redundant in terms of skill set, and you can only have one rim runner on the floor before you began to compromise spacing.
Now, here's Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Offline with his three.
You know what, though? They keep number despite difficult quarter he's had.
Count it. Good.
Kawhi is carving up this defense. Love his awareness. He is finding the open man.
Paul, steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. Los Angeles making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Alexander coming off a solid outing against Philadelphia. 5 on the clock. Paul finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second basket.
This is what Shea excels at, navigating shot blockers in the paint and finishing.
Over the floor. Leonard.
Hard to create space in that mid-range area. He would have better passing that off.
To Gilgeous-Alexander.
And for his offense, been a brutal period.
Right side, Williams. Back to Leonard. On the assist by Williams.
Whoa, he really got his defense on his heels on that one. What a fantastic play, guys.
The shot that time, not on target.
The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
Patterson. Beverly the pass to Zubac. Kicks it to Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Outens. And they force the shot. Some of the perimeter players who aren't afraid to mix it up in the middle either. These are the top rebounding point guards in the league. Patrick Beverly third.
And it may not be the first thing you think about, but if you look at a lot of the all-time great point guards, their rebounding, that nose for the basketball is a big part of their game.
And this is what makes this group so special. They are complete players, and rebounding is a part of it.
And the rejection by Harrell comes in for Patrick Patterson. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Paul. Bounds, Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. Just 5 on the... Gallinari inside the 3.
You look at Kawhi's work ethic on defense. He's perfected their art.
Pass to Beverly. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Just dink the job on the backboard.
That one good for 2.
Schroeder entrusted to run this offense, making the right call.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. 4-point game. Outside the arc. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Rebound right now in the game.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last, a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
Here is Williams. The Thunder making the shot. It's ready. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And a lot of that was game plan, putting guys in a position to succeed particularly on the offensive end.
Defense was trying to take away and game planned a great strategy to take advantage of it.
And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being it mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far his game has come.
From Gilgeous-Alexander, Green, he's checked in for the Clippers. And then for Oklahoma City, Nerlens Noel checks in for Steven Adams. Muscala comes in for Gallinari. Allo subbed in for Terrence Furman. It's decided and the clock is running out. The winning team shouldn't try to score, but we're seeing more of that these days. I'm not sure why. Kind of an unwritten rule. What do you think about that, Steve?
Yeah, Kevin, it used to be, and I watch a lot of these players come in. The game is decided. You know, they're up 10 or down 10, and they're still out here dunking, shooting. Back in my day, Kevin, you get that little ugly look from the team, and then the next game, you usually come up with a hard foul against you just to send a message.
You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history. For Williams, averaging 25 assists and 4 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about recent performances.
You know, instantly he's a pass-first type of player. It gets everyone involved and engaged, and that really sparks this offense.
Now, here's Beverly. And right now he's averaging about 7 points a game. Owner Williams. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hero. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 8 points for him. The floor. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Noel dishes to Muscala. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Schroeder. And trying for a head basket. It doesn't go in. Again, Schroeder. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Here's Diallo. And foul on the shot. He'll get a chance at the line.
The Clippers last year, they scored well. But they were aggressive. Case in point, #1 in the league in free throw attempts.
First last season, Lou Williams and Gallinari.
That combination was fascinating to watch when you have guys who can score on all 3 levels and puts tremendous pressure on the defense.
By 1. Xander passes to Noel.
One of the cases to tell you the
All for Los Angeles. They need the... It's holding.
That's the you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. Greg, last season, Schroeder transitioning to more of a 6-man role with the Thunder.
And for his first go at that, looked really good. He's always been able to score and create, and coming off the bench might be the best spot for him.
Smitty, at the defensive end, who are the best players in the league at selling a charge call?
I would say Kevin Kyle Lowry, one of my favorites, Marcus Smart, P.J. Tucker. Those are the guys that come to mind that do it well. They take charges and also they sell it.
Yeah, Tucker in particular, and I love Lowry, but Tucker's, he'll take it, and you know it hurts, but he takes it every game, and multiple times a game, right? I mean, wow.
Yes, indeed.
They need good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And the Clippers call time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, they're getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not enough to drink. especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
.2K leaderboard. Not only have these teams caused a lot of turnovers over the last 10 games, but they've scored off them as well. Fourth, the Clippers.
I mean, they've gotten a little more aggressive defensively. You can become a more confident team on that end, and so much of it, I think, has to do with forcing turnovers and creating offense.
Now here's Williams. Turned in game against Atlanta to end the run. On the reels of the Thunder, and this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team.
And last year, an entertaining season series between the two ended up battling to a draw.
Just goes to show you that these two teams are always at the top of their games when they go up against one another.
Now here's Beverly after the miss from Dennis Schroeder. Beverly the pass to Harrell. Shot.
What a great shot. This is why Harrell shoots over 60% for his career.
On offense, they're on a 15-6 run. Schroeder against Beverly. And Noel with on.
It's gone ice cold this quarter. I'll be not helping their cause.
The Clippers have to play in the first quarter. Schroeder. Great D that time from Dennis Schroeder.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you to keep him out of rhythm. Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. And the Clippers have possession following the score by Oklahoma City. But they'll get another chance. That's but nothing on the board yet. Just 5. The shot by good. Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 6 run. Pass to Diallo. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Now it's a 7-point Thunder lead.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
41 seconds left to play in the first quarter. A second chance effort, and he lays it in. Beverly's got 6.
Just one, but not many play more physical than Patrick Beverly.
He lobs it.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Points a game is one of the more consistent producers on any given night. From deep range, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine, so.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
Joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Under 5 right now. We've got Dennis Schroeder. Muscala is out there with Nerlens Noel. And it's Diallo in at the 2. The shot's good from Paul.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Clippers trail by 6. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Evan, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always deadly. Thank you. Now, here's Noel, following the miss by Montrezl Harrell. Here's Schroeder, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Williams against Paul. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Harrell kicks to Harkless. Shot clock at 6. Green guarded closely. That 3 off target had some space there after the little pump fake. Diallo pass to Paul. Taken away by Williams. Harkless. And a whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel. Los Angeles shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And the first one drops. And fan heckling that crosses the line, Smitty. We saw the Utah Jazz ban someone for life. How can the NBA do a better job of protecting the players?
Well, Kevin, first of all, I think each organization, let's take our hat off to the Utah Jazz. They acted swiftly and quickly, and I love what they did. They banned the fan for life, and I think you got to hit more of that. And also, I think, as far as the NBA and also along with these teams, have some kind of pregame or, like you said, before the season starts, just reinforcing and stating the rules.
Molinari trying to get open, and it's Paul missing.
His inability to make shots has not brought this team down. That shows you their resourcefulness.
Here's George, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Chris Paul picks up that one.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
That free throw good from George. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
And George drops them both.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Schroeder against George. And it's Paul George with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Second play with almost 3 minutes gone. Back to Paul. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got his 6th assist on the night.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Now here's Williams. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And again, no good by the Clippers. Passes it to Schroeder. And it's blocked.
Job of timing on the block from Patterson.
Leonard attacking.
You like that he's still attacking, but the results tonight just haven't been there.
And that one drops.
Allowing any room to operate, you know he's going to be aggressive.
Now, here is George. 37 points in the win against Atlanta. And it's Leonard missing. The Thunder leading by 6. Gallinari down low. Harrell on him. And it's Gallinari missing.
Great defensive effort. Just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Here's Paul. Paul George making his last shot. Over in the corner, Williams fires the three, sinks the three-pointer. Now just a 1-point Thunder lead.
Smooth shooting motion from distance. Williams making it look easy.
Here's Adams. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
It's his first trip to the line.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
First free throw is good. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for the Thunder. And so he hits both. Clippers trail by 3. Outside Williams. Is it to Leonard? Off the left rim and out.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
And his rhythm, it's been way off. The goal now might be to get him something easy at the rim so he can just see the ball go in through the net, and that helps.
Now, here is Gallinari. And that one, good. And the Thunder lead by 5.
With the big, strong frame of Gallinari, he's able to take contact and deliver the goods.
Williams kicks to Leonard. Takes it from 10. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got 8 rebounds in this game. Shoots it. And it's Gallinari missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
George passes to Williams. Here's Harrell. 17 points for him last game against Atlanta. Outside, George. Shot clock at 5. Here's the teardrop. That one, no good. Some solid defense from Gallinari. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's guarded by Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander, good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 10. And here are the Clippers now. 7-point differential. Celtics will be coming into town for the next game, and that will be the third of 5 straight played at home. The pass to Leonard. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. 6 points for him.
And you love that about Kawhi. After he makes a shot, he gives you the poker face. Just goes about his business.
A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Patterson, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. Here's Adams. Feeds to Gallinari. Back to Adams. Ejection by Zubats. They get it back. 4 on the clock. They recover it. Here's Gallinari. Missed it. Even after all those chances.
He really can't buy a bucket, but his teammates have his back.
Oklahoma City moving it around. 5 on the clock. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The Thunder with another miss. Clippers trail by 5. And here's Beverly. He has 6. Pass to Harrell. Over Paul. Harrell, that's good. Harrell's got his second bucket tonight.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
Here's Paul. Good on the shot. And the Thunder lead by 5.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Beverly with the ball. Pass to Leonard. Again, Los Angeles.
One of the toughest covers in the league. Kawhi's jumper just keeps getting better.
Now Paul. 8 points for him. The dish to Gallinari. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell. Now last season, a bit of a renaissance for Gallinari.
And the way Gallinari stepped up last season, Kevin, was a big reason the Clippers were as strong as they were. Now on the other side of 30, he's been playing some of his best basketball here of late.
Free throw is good. And, Smitty, one thing I like about Gallinari, he's doing more things on the court as he ages.
I totally agree. He used to be out there only to shoot, but that hasn't been the case for a while now. Still scores, but his rebounding has improved, and he's done a good job of driving and drawing fouls.
Mike Muscala is checked in for Oklahoma City. And so he makes both from the line.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Beverly feeling it out a bit. Here's Leonard. Another shot. Gallinari with the rebound. Gallinari's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Now here's Paul. 8 points for him. With the shot. That one off the back iron and out.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
And you've seen they've made numerous attempts to try to get him going. Shows how valuable he is to this offense.
Paul with the ball. Defended by Beverly. Pass to Adams. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's guarded closely. And shot is off.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Zubats kicks to George. Uses the glass on the layup. George has got 6 points in the quarter.
Here in the second quarter, he's looking much more comfortable with his offense.
Paul against Beverly, and it's Paul missing. And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And the focus was to get stops. All game, they were right up on shooters, and that led to some big-time rejections.
This was their game plan going in. Make shooters uncomfortable by challenging every possible shot.
The first one falls. Well, you knew that Kawhi Leonard would be a huge name in the free agency market last summer, especially after winning his second Finals MVP.
And Kawhi let the pieces fall before making his decision. Was the last major free agent to choose where he was going to play. Ended up shaking up the NBA in the process by joining the Clippers.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
I mean, those huge hands of Kawhi Leonard give him great control of the ball, very sparing with his turnovers.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 10 points for him.
All this means is he has to be careful. Don't want to pick up a cheapie and get sent to the bench with 3 fouls.
Why? He never seems like he's forcing the issue offensively.
I mean, he has studied the post games of Michael Jordan, and being able to score at all 3 levels has made the game easy. With his strength and his turnaround jumper, he can get his shot off with ease.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Green, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
And for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, his size at the point guard spot is a huge bonus for him. Allows him to switch onto most other players on defense when dealing with picks.
Now here's Harkless. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Here's Baisley, defended by George. Baisley passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Diallo, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Diallo's got 9. And one of the reasons they targeted Gilgeous-Alexander was because of his size.
Big guards aren't easy to find, Kevin, and they help coaches' defensive scheme. Every team looks to get a switch into a bad defensive matchup. If your PG isn't an option, the offense has to work that much harder.
Now here's Harkless. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Harkless has got 4 this quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Muscala. Now Noel. The pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Can't hit the free throw line jump. The Clippers trail. George finds Beverly. Zubac's with it. Pass to Harkless. 4 on the shot clock. The 3. The Clippers keep it alive. Zubac, and it's all evened up. Zubac has got his first basket of the night.
Salvage the possession. He's a terrific offensive rebounder.
So the clock runs out with the score tied going into halftime. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus of that end of the floor?
Just knocking down open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. I guess Shaq's not here today. If your name is Kenny the Jet Smith, raise your hand, please. There. And I'm Kevin Harlan. It was a rough ride in the first quarter for the Clippers. They struggled to find an offensive rhythm or come up with enough stops and sunk into a 7-point hole by the end of the period. They came out in the second quarter with a lot more energy and with some nice offensive stretches and were able to even things up before the half. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, there was one pleasant surprise, and that was the bench. They gave them a big lift. Those guys came into the game, they did all the dirty work, and they scored baskets.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Oklahoma City.
Aggressive. called them up earlier. I like it. They're taking it hard to the rack, dictating the pace, setting the physical tone. You're not going to get that by launching threes all night. Everybody knows that.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. And here is Los Angeles now. Ivica Zubac is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers.
Patterson welcomes contact inside. He's looking to get to the line down there.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. Second free throw, no good.
And you can sense that the pressure might have gotten to him a little bit, but he did do enough to put them in the lead.
And stolen by Patterson. Here's Beverly. Here's Patterson. Back to Leonard. Fires for 3. Sinks the triple. Leonard's got 13.
Great rhythm on the shoot. Kawhi showing us what's good.
And here is Paul. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. Perhaps no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still as strong as ever.
He's off on the first.
One of the most vocal players in this league, CP3 is known as a tremendous leader.
Oh, good. George with the ball. Second half. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
And of the last 6 that have come on the interior, this is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
And Paul gets it to go in.
One of his signature moves right there. CP3 has perfected the art of creating off the drive.
Here's George. And the rebound goes to the Thunder at 11 rebounds in the game. He's covered by Leonard. Ferguson misses.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Leonard against Paul. Oh, 2 minutes in now. Oh, that's blocked against that. And it's George missing. Linari. He's been a go-to guy for them when they've needed offense. He's averaging 19 points a game. Here's Beverly. That's tipped. Here's Ferguson. Pass to Paul. Gallinari trying to get open. The shot by Paul, no good. Los Angeles leading by 3. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
The from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Gallinari outside. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Gallinari's got 6.
And no knock on the defense. That's Gallinari imposing his will inside.
From deep, George. Thunder with the rebound. Adams has got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. And Gallinari kicks to Adams. Paul for 3. Gets the pointer to fall. He's got 14.
Beautiful form on that shot. Chris Paul, one of those superstars who continually refines his game.
George. 10 points for him. Here's Leonard. The rebound by Steven Adams. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Defended by Beverly. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
The desire to finish. Shea has that in his DNA.
Well, a look at that 2018 Clippers draft pick and Gilgeous-Alexander. His incredible size at the point guard spot makes him one of the more intriguing players from that class.
Harrell, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Williams comes in for George. And a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Chris Paul. That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. And last season with Gilgeous-Alexander, Greg, you could see what he was capable with his length.
Well, he is just so difficult to slow up when he's running downhill at a defender. Already a plus defender in his offense coming along. He could be a scary figure at that point guard position.
Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
Here's Ferguson. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go. And it's Leonard with the jam.
Common occurrence for Leonard. Once he makes his way to the rim, Kawhi levels up.
Schroeder passes to Adams. Passes it to Gilgeous-Alexander. Schroeder outside. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 assists in the game. Now here's Leonard. He's got 17. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got rebound number 15 here tonight. Gilgeous-Alexander. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Whatever they did right in the first half defensively, we're not seeing it now.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And it's Leonard missing. And here are the Thunder now. They're on a 16-6 run. And the shot goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 7 now in this quarter.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Gallinari with the steal. Gallinari on the wing. The pass to Schroeder. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the rejection by Harrell. And Dennis City as it goes out of bounds. Thunder retain possession. For the Clippers, Green comes in for Patrick Patterson. And Maurice Harkless subbed in for Leonard. And the Thunder making a switch here. City with it. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Beverly dishes to Williams. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Baisley, still looking for his first bucket in this one. Six to shoot. A shot off that time, and the Clipper will come the other way. Pass to Harrell. Outside Williams. Schroeder against Beverly. Harrell, the pass to Beverly. Shoots over Schroeder. Los Angeles with another miss.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easiness.
Clippers trail by 10. And Williams, here we go. Can't connect short range. And the Thunder with possession. They're on a 20-6 run. Baisley passes to Adams. He kicks it to Schroeder. To Alexander. And it's 29% since the break. Beverly, the pass to Green. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Williams has got 5 points so far. Oklahoma City leading by 8. And here's Schroeder. 5 points in the game. Adams outside. For the three. And it's Schroeder missing.
Still trying to shoot his way spunk. But if it doesn't come within the offense, the whole team suffers.
Beverly against Adams. Here's Harrell. Thunder with the rebound.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Adams has got the lead up to 10 now for the Thunder.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Top. Gilgeous Alexander covering. Ball movement here by the Clippers. Harrell kicks to Williams. From the arc. Thunder with the rebound. Adams has got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. Stolen by Beverly. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Adams, some nice D.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen. Well, you talk about someone who's an absolute piranha on defense, and that is Patrick Beverly. Gives you no room to get comfortable and is a thorn in his assignment side.
Not like he turns it on or off.
Nope, he's always going full speed on defense. It's been his calling card as a player for years now, and it's what he's made his name on in the NBA.
Los Angeles making a switch here. George is checked in. Empty, missing both.
I can't believe he missed those shots. Wow, he is usually lights out from there.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Yeah, really strong offensive thrust there, but then how about the defense able to negate that attack?
And perhaps the most shocking news of the NBA offseason, Greg, the trade of Paul George. Nobody saw that coming.
Took a ransom of draft picks to get him off the Thunder. Kawhi Leonard recruited him to join him on the Clippers, and Paul obliged by demanding a trade. Came together quickly and caused a major power shift in the West.
And he makes the first. And the Thunder making a switch here. Paul's checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Outside. Noel with it. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Clock at 4. Paul for 3. Green with the rebound. Green's got his 4th rebound in this one. Harkless on the wing. Shot from 12. Got a piece of it. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. Passes to Muscala. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Green's got a rebound in this one. Here's George. Here's Harrell. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
Few guys play with Harrell's level of energy, and that gets him to the line with some frequency.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
First one falls for him.
And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire.
And he makes the first, but misses the second. And with Harrell, you can see how his energy spreads to the rest of the team.
Reminds me a bit of what Fareed used to bring the teams. Harrell is also undersized, but boy, he makes up for it in so many ways. Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? George against Paul. Over George. Paul's shot is off.
And really, that is why he is feared as a defender, right in your face on that shot.
Moved his feet, timed it perfectly. That's how you get stops. Love it.
Now here's Harkless, following the shot by Chris Paul. Over Diallo. That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Harkless.
And he's showing us a little bit of everything now, taking a leaner with no one on him.
Now Schroeder, he's got 5. Looking to get it going. Can't get the layup.
A for effort, but when there's that much resistance at the rim, better find another option.
And we've reached the end of the third. Thunder lead by 5. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Now let's hear what head coach Billy Donovan was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
We got a chance to get a great road win right now. We got to battle and fight and get down and dirty right now. Let's go. Energy's got to be better.
Words moments ago from Billy Donovan, feeling they have a good chance to take one here on the road, asking for more hustle.
Yeah, it's enough that you're going up against a team on their turf in front of such a hostile crowd. You have to give maximum effort.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. So for Oklahoma City right now, Dennis Schroeder is out there with Paul. Then it's Mike Muscala. Then there's Nerlens Noel. And it's Diallo in at the 3. Now here is George. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. And the Clippers making a change here. Leonard's checked in. Paul is in the post. Paul with the defensive effort.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Leonard with the steal. Outside Williams. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Mike Muscala. And that'll be his third foul so far. Terrence Ferguson's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. And Leonard gets it to go.
Defense late to react. A beautiful play we just saw.
Williams against Paul. Over Williams. Jacks up a three. Rebound by Harrell. And it's Williams who brings it up for Los Angeles. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. And there's the pass to Leonard. The kick out to Williams. 5 to shoot. That shot is off. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Pass to Ferguson. Now here's Noel. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Paul with the three. The Thunder with another miss.
And this is what you allow his perimeter D. Never gave up and challenged the deep one.
You see some guys, they just mail it in. They don't go out and contest it. Not him. He's going to compete through the entire play.
Now Leonard following Chris Paul's three-point attempt. Harrell and 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
What I appreciate about Harrell is how hard he's worked on his skill set. The jumper, the post moves, and the passing.
That's good from Harrell. And last season, Montrezl Harrell absolutely came alive for the Clippers.
He's always played with energy, but was more focused and made the most of his chances. You like to see him provide a little more on the glass, but make no mistake, he's a great finisher at the rim.
Patterson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And both free throws good for Harrell. Just a little 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Here's Paul. Cans the shot from the wing. Paul's got 5 points now in the quarter.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Pass to Leonard. Play. That ball's nice feed that time from George. George has got 4 assists now tonight. The Thunder leading by 4. A floater, and it's Paul getting it to go. Paul's got 13 points here in the second half alone. The Clippers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. King footer.
Kevin, I like that he's staying aggressive. One of the NBA's most consistent scorers. Kawhi's been doing it all tonight.
Passes it to Noel. That's tipped, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Beasley passes to Paul. He blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg checking the rim. Love the hustle. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Lou Williams. And Oklahoma City with a change here too. Gilgeous Alexander's checked in. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Clips trail by 6. The pass to Zubac. Early. Outside Leonard for 3. Leonard pulls it in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 rebounds tonight. Paul can't get it to go. The Clippers have gone 3 of 6 in the field so far in the fourth quarter. Puts it up from 15. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. They've led by as much as 10. Over to the wing. Here's Ferguson. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Well, Ivica Zubac may not block a lot of shots, but Smitty, he is still a solid defender.
What Zubac does is a great job of challenging players at the rim and provides great help from the weak side. He does rack up a lot of defensive fouls, but hopefully that decreases with time.
Throw good, Paul George. Gallinari, he's checked in for the Thunder. And George drops them both. And so it's Paul bringing it up for Oklahoma City. They lead by 4. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And here's Gallinari, defended by George. They get a hand on it. Leonard with the steal. He's tightly guarded. Pass to Zubac. Oh, Leonard in position.
Oh, what a pass, and then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. And here is Paul is doubled. Passes it to Baisley. 6 on the shot clock. Ferguson for 3. And that's a foul called on Gallinari. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Adams checked in. Angeles, they've gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field to tie it up. The city's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Shoots from the right block. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. George has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Leonard. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. The Thunder with the lead. Inside, Adams. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Gallinari, very unselfish, draws a lot of defensive attention, which often leads to open teammates.
Here's Leonard, and the bank shot is good. Leonard's got 27.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Beverly, stolen by Beverly. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Track here. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line. And Adams picks one up.
When defending Patrick Beverly, it's hard to match his level of energy and activity.
Makes it, and the next one could tie it up.
A really good second-round pick out of Arkansas. Beverly fits perfectly in that 3-and-D role.
That one drops. He ties it up. So it's the Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Paul. Adams outside. Leonard with the steal. George with the stuff.
You see, that is just rude. Kawhi picks it, triggers the fast break. See ya.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Let's see if Coach can get them back on the right track.
Because right now it feels like the pace is being dictated to them. They need to go back to playing their brand of basketball.
Jordan, player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to listen to what Billy Donovan said to his team. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David. Now here's Paul. To the middle, here's Gallinari. And the rejection by Zubac. And they double up Paul. Takes the three. The Clippers grab the miss. George has got 8 rebounds in this game. To Beverly. Outside Leonard. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Adams. And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Trailing by 2. Pass to Adams. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
He was able to simply lay it in over the top of the smaller man.
Now Beverly, pass to Leonard. Fades. And good. He nails it. Leonard's got 12 points now in the quarter.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Here's Paul. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Now, Zubac, that's good. Now it's a 4-point Los Angeles lead.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And this is how giving it away right now, along with the ball.
Clipper leading by 4. Outside, George. Fades away. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Now, here's Gilgeous Alexander. Here's going up, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Patrick Patterson.
Here's the thing. Gallinari's a tricky cover. One year, he went to the line more than 8 times a game.
That free throw good from Gallinari.
And this is where you want to see Gallinari if you're the coach. A knockdown shooter at the free throw line.
In that time.
When your bigs can make free throws, it's a huge advantage. Love his approach to getting to the line.
Kicks it to Gilgeous Alexander covering. 7 points here in just the second half.
And there's never been any question about George's three-point range. He just goes through stretches where he in the three free.
Now George, Chris Paul's three-point attempt. Shoots from 14. The shot is good off the backboard. George has got the lead up to 9 now for the Clippers. Oklahoma City's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Ball against Beverly. With the foot, there's another block. And not messing around in this one. It's good.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
Now here's Paul to the paint, deflects the pass. Leonard, D right on him. And
the decision-making of Leonard could have hit the roller, but already had the shot he wanted.
Thunder trailing by 13. We've got 1:08 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Paul. Count the basket. Paul's got 23.
Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Los Angeles.
And they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
Listen, they certainly weren't coasting despite what the score looks like. I love the way they came together, though, when everything started to look a little dire and really put the hammer down.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Leonard.
Throughout the night, he was their catalyst at the offensive end. Play after play was run through him with great success.
Now, here's Zubac. Following the shot by Chris Paul. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Now the Thunder. It's a 13-point game. Here's Hello. No good. So the Clippers winning this one easily. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Play together, and we can just stick to that. Keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.